We're heading to the Caucasus crossroads, where you can work remote with Wi-Fi stronger. Then your wine hangover and be invited to a feast by someone you just met at the bakery. Thinking of moving somewhere with ancient churches, digital nomads, bottomless wine, and hospitality that borders on kidnapping? Welcome to Georgia, where your new neighbor might be a goat or a Google developer. 1. Visa options. 9 out of 10. Georgia rolls out the welcome mat like your long-lost grandma. Citizens of 90-plus countries can stay visa-free for a whole year. No paperwork, no headaches. Want to stay longer? You've got remote work residence permits, entrepreneur visas, and even permanent residency for property buyers, or those with a steady income. It's basically the all-you-can-eat buffet of long-term stays. 2. Cost of living. 8.5 out of 10. Affordable? Like seriously. Tbilisi rents are still a fraction of Western Europe. Groceries, dining out, and transport are all gentle on the wallet, but imported items might add a sting. $2,000 gets you a comfy expat lifestyle. You'll feel rich until you start tipping generously at every supra. That's a Georgian feast. 3. Healthcare access and quality. 6.5 out of 10. You'll find good private clinics in major cities like Tbilisi and Batumi, with some international standard care and English-speaking staff. But outside urban centers, things get rustic fast. Also, don't expect universal healthcare. Private insurance is your friend here. Routine care is cheap, but for serious issues, many expats still prefer a quick medical trip to Turkey. 4. Community and culture. 9 out of 10. Georgians are fiercely hospitable. If you never get invited to someone's home, you are doing it wrong. Expats often rave about the deep-rooted traditions, dance, polyphonic music, and the feeling of being part of a big, chaotic family. Tbilisi's got a thriving digital nomad and artsy crowd, and Batumi is rising fast as the next expat hotspot. 5. Infrastructure and internet. 7.5 out of 10. Wi-Fi. Blazingly fast in cities, co-working spaces, everywhere. Even some remote mountain guest houses have fiber connections better than New York. But the roads? A bit less dreamy. Infrastructure is still developing, and public transport can be confusing outside Tbilisi. Call it charmingly chaotic. Liking this tour through Georgia? Subscribe now so you don't miss your next mango sticky rice moment. Or whatever the Georgian equivalent is. Probably a 3-hour toast from a stranger named Zurab. 6. Safety and stability. 7.5 out of 10. Georgia is generally safe, especially for solo travelers and women. Petty crime is low, and violent crime is rare. However, regional tensions, especially with Russia, simmer in the background. There's also the occasional protest or political shakeup. Keep an eye on the news, but don't let it scare you away. 7. Climate and environment. 8.5 out of 10. Mountains, beaches, wine country, oh my. Georgia's climate is as varied as its King Kali fillings. Hot summers, snowy winters in the north, and lush green valleys perfect for wine growing. You get 4 seasons and lots of nature in your backyard, but pollution in Tbilisi can spike due to traffic. 8. Language and integration. 6 out of 10. Georgian is a tough nut to crack. It's unique, uses its own alphabet, and doesn't resemble any major language. But locals will cheerfully tolerate your flailing attempts and still invite you over for dinner. English is widely spoken among the younger crowd and in the expat-friendly zones. But for deep integration, you'll need to put in the language work or embrace the awkward dance of hand gestures. 9. Work and residency options. 7 out of 10. It's not a job market hub unless you're remote or entrepreneurial. Salaries are low locally, but online work is thriving. And many digital nomads and startups are using Georgia as a low-tax base. Speaking of taxes, Georgia's individual entrepreneur tax scheme is super appealing. Just 1% on revenue up to 500,000 GEL, about $180,000. Let that sink in while sipping your wine. 10. Fun factor and food. 10 out of 10. We said it. 10 out of 10. From suluguni, cheese and kakapuri, to Kvevri-aged wines and late-night toast with locals who insist on telling you stories about their grandmother's cow. Georgia is a foodie fantasy crossed with a hospitality masterclass. Hike to ancient churches, dance with strangers, ski in the Caucasus, and end every day with a glass of red and a full heart. Total score, 82.5 out of 100. Georgia is a hidden gem that's slowly getting discovered by those seeking authenticity, affordability, and a deep cultural immersion. With enough Wi-Fi for Zoom meetings and enough wine to forget them. This is the Adaptable Expat, reminding you, it's not just about where you can live, it's about where you can enjoy living. See you in the next episode, and don't forget to pack stretchy pants.